Haley's gauze had already bled through by the time Himiko shut the common room door behind them. "Talk," Himiko said. Haley leaned against the counter, all the brittle cheer gone from her face. The fire exit was welded shut. There were 3 people inside, a mother, her son, and an old man on the 4th floor. "You went alone." "I went fast." "That isn't better." Himiko's fingers closed around the snack wrapper until it crackled. "You told me not to disappear, and then you climbed into your stupid flying egg and disappeared." Haley looked at the floor. "I got them out through a laundry chute. The landlord had people there. They saw the knives." "Did they hurt you?" "No." The answer came too swiftly. Himiko stepped closer and caught Haley's wrist before she could hide the scraped knuckles in her sleeve. The old bracelet's amber light pulsed weakly. "Then, why are you shaking?" "Because I used too much," Haley swallowed. "And because one of those men knew my name." The first warning bell sounded across campus. Himiko's anger changed shape. It did not vanish. It simply made room for something colder. "You tell Aizawa." "I can't, not yet. You have exactly 1 second before I scream his name down the hallway." Haley gave a tiny, exhausted laugh. "You really are my sister." Then she pulled free with care instead of force. "I need to fix something first. Please, 10 minutes. Himiko should have refused. Instead, she followed Haley to the monitored residence wing, because 10 minutes was less terrifying than letting her go alone. Haley's room looked untouched except for the open tool case on her desk. Wires, slim circuit boards, and the small repair kit from UA's support department lay in orderly rows. She sat down, removed the old dark bracelet, and stared at it for one long beat. "You built that?" Himiko asked. "I kept rebuilding it." Haley picked up a new band, purple resin around a narrow black screen, its surface bright as a beetle's wing. "The old limiter only suppresses. This one can read quirk signatures, map the strain patterns, and let me borrow a narrow expression for a few minutes." "Borrow people's quirks, not steal them." Haley tapped the dark screen. A small spinner appeared, divided into empty slices. "It needs permission and a scan. It makes temporary training imprints. I was making 2 because she expected trouble. Himiko did not make her finish." Haley's head snapped toward the window. "What?" "The vectors." Her voice went flat. "Metal moving outside the perimeter. Too many bodies approaching the training grounds." Her old bracelet screamed a sharp electronic warning. "Himiko, get down." Haley tore the bracelet off. The band struck the floor and cracked. Its amber light died. For half a breath, nothing happened. Then every loose piece of metal in the room shuddered. Screws lifted from the desk, hangers leapt from the closet rail, and the practice blades in Haley's case rose with a sound like rain beginning against glass. Haley stood beneath them, one hand raised. Her face had gone pale, but her eyes were steady. The knives multiplied from storage slots hidden in the case, sleek blunted training blades unfolding in a silver storm. They wheeled above her in disciplined spirals. "Haley," Himiko whispered. "My true output was never the problem," Haley said. "It was that nobody trusted me with it." The swarm lowered around them, handles locking together into a broad, curved platform. It lifted them through the open window and over the residence lawn. Training Ground Gamma lay ahead. Class 1A had gathered in confusion around Aizawa, who had one hand raised to halt them. Beyond the far fence, dark figures moved between the trees. Haley did not land. Her knife swarm widened, becoming a hovering vessel with high walls of interlocked blades. With a sweep of her arm, she guided the entire class and Aizawa upward, not cutting, not striking, but enclosing them in a smooth, inescapable current of steel. Bakugo shouted. Ida demanded an explanation at top volume. Achako floated for an instant before catching Himiko's hand. Aizawa's capture weapon snapped out. but the knives curved around it. "Haley," he said, with the exhausted precision that meant he was furious. "What is going on?" "People are coming," she answered, "and I need a defense that isn't only mine." The purple bracelet flashed in her palm. "I need verbal consent. Tell me your quirk, then let the scanner touch your wrist." "That is not how emergency authorization works," Aizawa began. A knife struck the outer wall of the swarm from the trees below. Its edge was real. Haley's gaze found him. "Then revoke my access afterward, but help me protect them now." One by one, under Aizawa's hard stare, the class answered. Ochako offered zero gravity. Ida gave engine. Kirishima hardening. Tsuyu frog. Even Bakugo snarled explosion and shoved his arm forward. The purple screen filled with spinning symbols, each stopping in a glowing slice. Minta bounced anxiously at the back. "What about mine?" Haley looked past him to a figure climbing the fence, a hooked blade in hand. "Not yours, your bait." "What?" She angled a harmless cluster of floating training balls beneath him and lowered him conspicuously toward the edge. The intruder lunged exactly as expected. Haley snapped two blades together around the attacker's wrist, knocked his feet from beneath him with a controlled vector shove, and dropped him unconscious onto the grass without a cut. "Easy one down," she said, breathless. Then she pressed the second purple bracelet into Himiko's hands. "For you," Haley said. "Knife shooters. They use my stored blades, blunt setting only. Don't aim to hurt, aim to make space." Himiko fastened it over her crookedly stitched cuff. Two compact launchers unfolded along her forearms, light enough to feel unreal. Ochako squeezed her shoulder. "We do this together." Below, more figures spilled from the trees. For an awful instant, Himiko saw only targets, roots, wrists to cut, bodies to outrun. The old instinct came smiling. Then she saw Ochako beside her, Haley shaking at the helm, and her classmates waiting for her choice. Himiko raised both arms. "Okay," she said, her grin small and sharp. "Let's make space." The first blunt blade fired into the grass before the attacker's feet, and the fight began.